What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about three different things. I'll be talking about TrueGameData, where we sit right now, where I'm going, what I'm working on, where I'm trying to take the website. I'm going to talk about the current state of Warzone and the future of Warzone. I might talk a little bit about Vanguard and Battlefield 2042. I'm also going to ask for some advice in there. So when I'm talking about TrueGameData, be sure to leave a comment about some things that I'm going to ask some questions about there. But as always, if you guys like the content, please consider dropping a like, a comment, and a sub on this video. Helps us out with the algorithm and keeps the website up to date and the YouTube channel growing. Let's get into it, and we will talk about the future of TrueGameData. So the current state of TrueGameData and the future of TrueGameData, and what I'm working on right now for the site. So I'm going to talk about first here. So overall, views are like way down across the board, literally like cut in half or more, or less than half of what they were before. And I think that's mostly because of Vanguard being released, and stats aren't that important in Vanguard because like it feels like every gun is really good if you just put vital and a couple RPM increasing attachments on. So I feel like the data is not as important for Vanguard, so people aren't using the site as much, and we don't have all the attachments up right now. So along that train of thought, I'm just curious. Right now, I feel like I'm in a weird spot with the YouTube because Warzone's not super popular because Vanguard came out and it was just becoming less popular because there's not very much content. And I don't really like multiplayer, so I don't cover Vanguard. I don't play Vanguard. Truthfully, I only have probably 2 or 3 hours playtime in Vanguard right now. The rest of it's been measuring stuff and just getting the data for you guys. But I'm just curious, what do you guys want to see on the YouTube channel? Like, do you want gameplay videos? Do you want unique loadouts that I can build and still have good gameplay with? I mean, I'm a decent player. I have like a 2.7 KD in Verdansk and a 3.5 KD in Rebirth. Pretty much always play at a 3 to 4 KD weekly right now, but I'm just curious if you guys have any thoughts on that. Just drop a comment below and let me know what you would like to see me make content on, because I can't always just make these data videos. There's just not enough data out there to do that. Really, not enough content for me to make along that train of thought. So just let me know below. As far as what we're working on right now, obviously Vanguard, the attachments are coming very soon. I've got attachments up for a lot of the guns. Recoil plots are up for all the Vanguard guns now, so if you're a premium member, you'll see recoil plots. And I was able to program in the bloom, so the ADS bloom that I covered in my last video is actually in these recoil plots and will be slightly randomized each time, so that's pretty cool. Attachments are fully modifying it. We have the attachments up, I just don't have them completely finished yet and working totally correctly, because there's some differences in how the stats work in Vanguard from other games, but we're working on that, so hopefully in the next few days, we'll have all the AR attachments, the LMG attachments, and the SMG attachments up. The one thing that's going to take some more time is the damage profile changing attachments. So there's ammo types, there's proficiencies like the vital perk, and there's also barrels that completely change the damage profile. And all these things can like stack together, and it's just going to be crazy. I haven't even had a chance to look at that yet. So I'm going to get all the base attachments up first, and then I'll go look at all the damage profile stuff and try to get all that worked out. But that's going to take some time for sure. As far as premium features go, we've got these 2 new premium features coming soon. The statistic lookup tool is literally just that. You pick a statistics and you want to see, which gun has the best ADS time, which gun has the best movement speed. So if I do movement speed, generate list, it's going to show you the list of the top guns, what the actual movement speed stat is, and what it becomes when you put these attachments on, and it shows you the attachments you need to put on the gun to get that movement speed. So it's pretty cool. Right now, all these different stats work: bullet velocity, mag size, trace speed, ADS time, movement speed. All these things work with this calculator. I want to add in TTK and DPS, so you can say at 26 meters what has the best TTK in the game and what attachments get me there. So that's the part I haven't done yet, but that's going to be coming very soon. Like you can see, this is pretty much almost done, but I don't know when we're going to launch this. Then the shot to kill reduction tool. This is basically like you say, okay, my shot location I want to start with is chest shots, and then how many shots on the neck does it take to reduce that chest shot TTK if it's possible. If it's not possible, it won't give it to you. It'll build a table of all of that. So it'll say you need 2 headshots to reduce the chest shot TTK. And then it'll say, okay, if you miss 1 chest shot and you hit a stomach, X number of stomach shots is going to increase your TTK. So it's going to be a useful tool for knowing exactly like where the breakpoints are in these different guns. It does similar to what the advanced TTK calculator does in premium features right now, but this will actually show you exactly the number of shots to kill and how those change based on different things. So that's another important thing. In some cases, I don't like it, but I tried to program this so it will only show you the things that are really important and that actually makes sense for you to know. So that's coming soon as well. Most of the programming is already working for that. As far as Battlefield 2042 goes, so obviously the beta was a little bit rough. There are a lot of bugs, a lot of annoyances with the beta, and we were hoping that a lot of that would get fixed by the time the game was released. Well, the game has been released now, and it still has a lot of issues with a lot of different things. Hazard Zone, which is the basically extraction type game mode, kind of like Tarkov, it's kind of underwhelming according to what I've seen, so people aren't really enjoying that mode. Conquest is good. The maps are amazing and huge, and Levolution is awesome, how there's tornadoes and rockets that blow up and all kinds of stuff. Love that kind of thing. But overall, it's just a little bit lackluster from what I've seen. I haven't actually played it yet, the full release of the game. And I don't think it's going to do anything to, take people away from Warzone very much. I mean, obviously some people are going to probably go play it instead of Warzone, but overall, I think Warzone will still be much more popular unless they come out with a BR eventually. So I still hope they do that. I think it has all the tools in its toolbox to make an incredible BR if they actually put it all together correctly. Obviously that would it's a big qualifying factor that they do everything correctly, but I do think there's potential there, and it looks like people are actually loving the Portal game mode. So if you don't know what that is, Battlefield Portal is basically bringing in all kinds of content from the old games, so Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, the weapons, the vehicles, the maps, all remastered into Battlefield 2042's engine, and it looks like people are really enjoying that mode. So I do think there's some good things with Battlefield, and I would love to put the stats on the website, but I just don't know how long that's going to take, if it's feasible, and we will see, because it's going to be completely different than Call of Duty. The damage profiles don't work the same. They're not step functions like they are in Call of Duty. They're like linear, so it's like a linear reduction over time. So we'll see how that goes. I would love to put it on the site. I just don't know for sure if it's going to be feasible yet. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the future of Warzone. Obviously, this channel was founded on Warzone, so I would love for the Warzone Pacific map to be amazing and bring a lot of people back. It looks great. It looks like it's a really big map. Looks like you're gonna be able to fly planes potentially. I think because Vanguard's actually doing really well, people are really enjoying Vanguard. I think the 10 attachments are gonna be really cool. In Warzone, I'm a little bit worried about things like Vital and all the different damage modifying barrels and things making some really, really overpowered loadouts. But overall, I think there's really good chance that the Pacific map's going to bring a bunch of people back to Warzone and revitalize the game completely. We'll see. Obviously I have no idea, but it looks like it's going to be great, and I really do think people are enjoying Vanguard, so I think people are going to enjoy using those weapons on the new Warzone map. So if they get the balancing right, and if Ricochet anti-cheat's good, I think there's a really good chance that Warzone is going to become really popular again. So just to quickly talk about some of these things, like there's all kinds of different ammo types and barrels, and there's the Vital perk that makes it so your chest shots are basically the same damage as headshots, and all of this I think is really cool, and if done well, could create a really, really customizable experience in Warzone Pacific. But I'm also really worried that some of these builds are going to be just ridiculously overpowered from the start, and it's going to be kind of hard to find them because there's going to be so many different options, which it could be fun for people like me who love tweaking with their builds and finding things that are better than what other people are using. So there's all kinds of different stuff now. There's different types of rounds where you're subsonic and you don't show up on the map. Frangible, this makes it so people don't heal as fast. Incendiary, there's incendiary damage ammunition now. It reduces your bullet velocity but does a little bit of damage over time, which would also delay the enemy's healing. Bullets that increase your bullet velocity, and then increased extremities damage from a certain hollow point bullet. Obviously barrels all completely change the damage profile in this game, which is just a lot of information out there. Fire rates modified by a lot of different things, so you even have a fire rate increasing muzzle attachment, as well as the barrels modifying that. And then proficiency in kit, there's all kinds of different things here. So there's now increased area for critical hits using Vital. Obviously most of you probably know about this, but it's just crazy. It makes your chest shots do the same damage as a headshot, which is going to be absolutely broken in Warzone. So I'm really worried about this. I think it could be awesome, but it's going to be a little bit of craziness, I think, when Warzone first comes out with the new map and integrates all this in there. If they bring all this in, we'll see. I think they will. I think all this will be in the new map, in the new Warzone, but I guess time will tell. But I am worried about it a little bit. Worried about some really overpowered gun builds. All right, well, that's really all I wanted to talk about. I just want to talk about where TrueGameData is, why I haven't been making videos, because I feel like I don't really know what to make a video on right now. I'm just kind of in a weird spot in between Warzone and Vanguard, where not a lot of people are playing Warzone, and I don't play Vanguard that much, so I don't feel like I have a lot of information to share. Obviously, I came out with that Bloom stuff, which was pretty cool, but even those videos didn't do very well because they were on Vanguard instead of Warzone, which is what this channel was founded on. So I'm just curious if you guys have any thoughts on that and what I can do with the channel that you'd enjoy watching. If there's anything in the interim here where I can't really talk about too much data stuff because there's just not too much stuff to talk about because they're not changing anything with Warzone, and I don't play Vanguard that much. I wanted to talk about Battlefield. We talked a little bit about that. Current state of Warzone is pretty good, but it's stale. There's not any content, so hopefully Warzone Pacific brings that back. Wanted to talk about the attachments, and that's about it. So I guess I'll see you guys all in the next video. I don't have any clue when that'll be because I don't know what I'm going to be making videos on, but I hope you somewhat enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.